It's your boy D Rich back at it once again, and as you can see, I'm in my secret location. Still no pictures on the wall, but I do have a painting that I painted yesterday at a sip and paint event that I will eventually hang on the wall. But before I get started with this video, I need you guys to hit the like button because you know the video is going to be fire. I need you to subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and I also need you to follow me on all social media platforms at DRichTV. Now, people have been asking me, D Rich, when are you going to make a video about the top players in the class of 2023? And today just so happens to be that day. But before I get started with this video, let me tell you guys that things can change just like that. So if you're not on my list for some of the top players in the class of 2023, don't let what I say or anybody else say stop you from staying in the gym and working on your game, because people fall off and people get better just like that. So I wrote down a list, I thought about it, and I'm going to give you my top players in the class of 2023. I'm going to go down the list, no specific order. It's not going to be ranked 1 through 10. I'm just going to go down the list from what I wrote down and tell you what I think about each player and where I saw them play. So let's get started. Vaughn Wagner Jr. The reason I'm starting off with him is because he's a player that a lot of people do not know about. And that's due to the fact that I feel like his father kept him from the social media scene, from the events that social media people would be at, like the DRichTV camp, the middle school hoops basketball camp, the CP3 camp, because his father is Vaughn Wagner, who was a walking bucket in high school and college. Scored 100 points in a high school basketball game. He's a New Jersey legend. He had hella buzz back in the day when it wasn't really any social media. So he came up through the ranks, and I feel like he told his son, we're going to keep you in the gym. We're not going to go to all these different events because I know what works. And I feel like his dad does know what's best. And for you people who just follow social media and YouTube, you guys probably haven't saw him play, but I feel like Ball is Life and other social media outlets are getting to see him play now in high school fall league, and they're putting out footage. I first got a chance to see him play at the league finals in Louisville, Kentucky a few years back, and I saw him. He could finish strong, nice move, nice feel for the game, and you could just tell that he had the dog in him that you need to make it to the next level or at any level. So a lot of people don't know about him, but you will know about him eventually. And he's a savage, man. He's definitely one of the top players in the class of 2023. Next, we're going to go Omaha Bailua, or Omaha Bailua. I always pronounce his name wrong, but he's a dog. He's from Iowa. Stands about 6'7" right now as a freshman in high school. I first saw him play at the middle school hoops basketball camp. My dude told me, he said, man, I got this kid from Iowa, and he's nice, and he came to the middle school hoops basketball camp, showed out. If you follow him on social media, you probably just saw him dunk on a highly recruited player at the USA basketball event, and that's blowing up for him. And I feel like he has very good long-term potential. He's still getting better and better. He already has the size, and his skill set is definitely coming along. And hopefully one day I can get his name pronounced correctly, but you guys will be hearing about him a lot more if you haven't already heard of him. Next, we're going to go Robert Dillingham. Okay, Robert Dillingham is a player that I also saw at the middle school hoops basketball camp. I heard a couple of rumblings about him before I saw him at the middle school hoops basketball camp, and I saw him, and he lived up to everything that people were talking about. He kind of reminds me of like a Darius Garland type, silky smooth, nice jumper, nice feel for the game. And North Carolina actually has a lot of good point guards in this class, about 3 or 4. Some of them didn't make this list, but they have some really good point guards in that class in the North Carolina area. But I like Robert Dillingham. I wouldn't say he was under the radar because people knew about him, but he didn't really have too much footage on YouTube and everything like that. So I think it was great that he went to the middle school hoops basketball event for his final middle school year, and he is definitely going to make noise for the next few years. Next, I'm going to go with let's just go LeBron James Jr. Okay, now I know a lot of you may say LeBron James Jr. is just talked about because his dad. That's cool. You know, you can say what you want to say. For me personally, I saw the kid grow through the years. He's coming into his own. He has his swagger now. He's finally stepping up to the plate and taking the shots that he needs to take. And overall, man, he's finally developing that hunger, I feel like. And his acumen is like no other. Some people do not have the IQ that he has. The passes that he makes and his feel for the game is very good for his age. And some people may say that, oh, he goes to Sierra Canyon, they stacked. We never get to see him be by himself. Well, who the hell just want to play by themselves? You know, you got to be surrounded by talent, especially if you have an acumen like he has, okay? So LeBron James Jr. is definitely one of the top players in the class of 2023, and he's going to live up to what I think about him. I know you guys may think, oh, he's going to be like his dad. The shoes are too big to fill, obviously. He's going to make a name for himself like he already has, and I think he's embracing the fact that I may not be like my father, but I can be like myself, and I respect that. Next, I'm going to go with Aiden Holloway. Now, Aiden Holloway, a.k.a. Biscuit, is also from the North Carolina area, and I always said that he has the best feel for the game in the class of 2023, and not just in a camp environment, but in a game environment. He can slow the game down, speed it up, make the right pass, knock down the open shot. His feel for the game is unmatchable. I have not saw a player with the feel for the game like he has since Zion Harmon. Like Zion Harmon, his feel for the game was just silky smooth. Sharif Cooper, nice feel for the game. Very nice feel from the game for what I see from YouTube, and they compare him to Sharif Cooper, and rightfully so. They do have similar playing styles, but Aiden Holloway, I saw him play at numerous events through the years versus the Blue Chips, and obviously he came to the D-Rich TV camp for 3 years. Thank you. I definitely appreciate that. And he's going to be a big-time prospect in that class. Definitely one of the top point guards in the class of 2023, and I'm pretty sure you guys know that already. Pretty sure you guys know that. Next, we're going to go Elijah Fisher. All right. Elijah Fisher, what I respect about Elijah Fisher is consistency. He's been on the scene for the past 4 or 5 years, about 4 years, as a dunking fifth grader. And people kind of got so used to him, he kind of became like an afterthought. And because we got so used to seeing him at different events, he was always on the scene, showing up. He never ran from the smoke. So people just assume that, it's whatever. But I feel like this past year, he's done a great job of waking people back up and letting them know, hey, I'm still one of the top players in the class of 2023, no matter what you think. Even though I'm in Canada, I'm going to come to the United States and just dominate and show you guys once again that I'm one of the top players in the class of 2023. I saw him at numerous events throughout the years, D-Rich TV camp, middle school hoops camp, obviously. And each event that I saw him at, he has the dog in him, and he has that hunger, and his skill set is getting better. He's not just a dunker. His jumper is coming along. And I respect the fact that he didn't fall off, and he keeps showing people and waking them up to the fact that he's still one of the top players in the class of 2023. Next, I'm going to go Jalen Curry. Now, Jalen Curry is also a point guard from the North Carolina area, and he's just filthy with it. He's just filthy with it, man. He has the dog in him also, and he's flashy, but he's not. He's flashy in the camp scene, but in the game, he knows how to calm it down and do what needs to be done. He also got the USA basketball camp invite. I like Jalen Curry because when I saw him play with CP3, I'm like, damn, that kid is a dog. And he wasn't doing all the flashy stuff when I saw him. He was just knocking down the right shots, playing defense, wasn't scared of nobody. He was that dude that you want on your team to get up in somebody's face and get them rattled a little bit. He was that guy. And for the past year, I've been seeing that he's just nasty with the ball. His handles, he can shoot it. I just like Jalen Curry a lot. And if you see his hoop mixtape from the middle school hoops basketball camp, that shit's just nasty. You know, shouts out to Jalen Curry, a D-Rich TV camp alumni also. Next on the list, I'm going to go Mackenzie Mbako. Now, I saw Mackenzie at the CP3 basketball camp, and when I saw Mackenzie play, I made about 5 or 6 phone calls, and I said, man, I found a sleeper. I found a player in the class of 2023 that's not really talked about the way he should be, but he is going to be. Now, he stands about 6'5", 6'6", very fluid with the ball. I don't know, man. He was just slept on. And then he went to the middle school hoops camp, the D-Rich TV camp, obviously, and he played against some of the top competition, and he lived up to the hype. He definitely is getting better and better. They used to have him playing like a big man, but he's not a big man. He was just the biggest person back in the day on his team, so they probably had him, you know, posting up or whatever. But he's definitely a wing. He can dribble it, he can shoot it, and he's getting better and better. He stays in the gym. Mackenzie Mbako, okay, from New Jersey. You guys will definitely be hearing about him a lot. Next on the list, I'm going to go with Vaughn Griffith. Now, Vaughn played for the North Coast Blue Chips, obviously. And the first time I saw him was at the Shooting Stars Classic in Akron, Ohio. My dude that found him also, and he said that, man, I found this kid that plays for a small AAU team, and I think he has potential to do big things. So he went to the middle school hoops basketball camp, got on the scene, played for the North Coast Blue Chips. Obviously, that boosted his status, and now he's a household name in the class of 2023. What I like about him is he has the versatility. He's up and down the court, his energy, his skill set. His skill set is still progressing. You can tell that he's in the gym. He was one of those players that had natural, raw talent. And when you see him, you say to yourself, once somebody gets him, locks him in the gym, he's going to tap into potential that he doesn't even know he has, but somebody else does. And I feel like that's happening now, and hopefully he can stay on the right path and actually tap into that potential even more. I feel like Vaughn, he has the motor, he has the height, he has the tools to reach whatever level he wants to reach. The only thing that can stop him is him. Next on the list, I'm going to go with Christopher Lockett. Christopher Lockett is one of the top guards in the class of 2023. Christopher played for Houston Blue Chips. My dude Clyde used to always tell me, Clyde Jackson, look, shouts out to Clyde. He told me, man, Chris Lockett is special. He's special. He definitely has the dog in him. He definitely does. He was the heart of the Houston Blue Chips team. Hopefully that team can stay together because that team was actually pretty good. Actually one of the better AAU teams I saw through the years. But Christopher Lockett, he's coming along, man. Yeah, he didn't really go to too many basketball camps like I wish he would. He couldn't make it to mine, couldn't make it to middle school hoops, but he's still a household name in the class of 2023 because whenever you saw him play at an event, he did whatever the team needed to do to win. He had a motor, he had the dog in him, he has the size. He's in Louisiana. I think he's going to the same school that Odell Beckham and Peyton Manning went to, and I think Archie Manning got a nephew or something there now that play quarterback, Newman High School. I think that's the same high school as Odell Beckham and them. I feel like he'll definitely tap into his potential even more. He also got the USA basketball camp invite, so that's a good thing for him. Christopher Lockett, man, if you don't know about him, you'll definitely know about him soon, man. This is a D-Rich TV list. Next, we're going to go, obviously, you guys know, Mikey Williams. Now, I made a video about Mikey Williams, and I really feel like I don't need to really talk too much about Mikey Williams because we all know about him. People say that Mikey Williams might tap out. Who the hell are you to say who might tap out? All I know is that Mikey Williams is a player that steps up to any level of competition. I've saw it throughout the years. Anytime it was a big time event, he showed up, hitting spin moves, fading away, and all that other type of stuff. He stepped up to the plate. No matter what you say about him, no matter what you think about his future or anything, right now, he is who we think he is. Okay, so let's not really look into the future too much because things can change just like that or whatever. I think that he'll be fine. I think he'll be fine. I know you guys think, oh, he's a celebrity and stuff like that on YouTube and Instagram, whatever. You guys probably wish you had that status also. I think he'll be just fine. You guys can't tell somebody what their future is going to be, and that's that. I'm going to leave that at that. I got a couple of honorable mentions. That's basically my list, but I'm going to do a couple of honorable mentions. I'm going to say Isaiah Collier, and Kanan Carlisle, TSF players. I like those guards a lot. Like I said, man, it's a lot of players that people don't know about in the class of 2023, man. And if you're watching this video, don't let my list stop you from staying in the gym, working hard, and doing what you need to do to be the player that you want to be, and to go to school for free and to change your family's life. Because this is just a list that I came up with from going to different events and just checking out the scene. It's definitely more players that I could name, but I just wanted to give you a few that I think are for sure top tier prospects in the future. And there's a lot of top tier prospects that I haven't saw play because they don't get a chance to go to events. It's probably a kid right now sitting at home eating some Cheerios that's 6'6", but nobody knows about him, but he's going to be the top player in the class of 2023 because that's just how stuff happens, man. And D-Rich, you know, I'm just trying to put my list out there. I got love for everybody, man. There's people that's not, I didn't name on this list, I still got love for. If you watching this, I got love for you, baby. I want you to stay in the gym. I want you to tap into the potential. I want you to go to school for free. I want you to change your family's life, and I want you to make me eat crow. You know, maybe when you get to the league, you can say, D-Rich made a list on the top players in the class of 2023, and he left me off. That's what made me work harder. Hopefully I can be a motivation. And if you're on this list, keep working hard. Your future is bright. That's the D-Rich TV list to the class of 2023. Don't hate me. Let me watch this. Let me look at this one more time. Vaughn Griffith, Robert Dillingham, Lebron James Jr, Mikey Williams. I named everybody on my list. Subscribe, like. Let me know anything you guys want me to talk about. Leave a comment. D-Rich TV, Instagram, and Twitter. I'm out.